We've now had privatised water for about 30 years, just over. And during that time, there has been quite a lot of investment, £160 billion apparently. And beaches, many more beaches are now classified as excellent in comparison to the classification that they received 25 years ago. Water bills are round about the same. And without privatisation, arguably they would be much higher. But customer satisfaction is running down and has been running down for the last 5 years. The last 5 years has particularly seen a downfall, a torrent, a cataract of disappointment, and water has slid backwards. Significantly more investment is needed to pull water up to a reasonable standard of acceptable quality. And it's not, I don't think it's simply a matter of criticising privatisation or criticising either the Labour Party or the Conservative Party, or even playing Handel's water music, which I think was the music which heralded the 1989 campaign. In fact, I remember very clearly producing animated adverts with trout and various images floating around the place to advertise water. I remember at least one of the campaigns came through the animation house that I was working in at one point, and it wasn't quite as dramatic as the Tell Cid gas campaign, but it was it was a very beautiful campaign, and many people applied for shares. I think it was oversubscribed, and and it's produced dividends, but it hasn't produced the sort of investment that it needs to keep going, and that's the problem. It did very well until Brexit. We come down to that thing. It's not that Brexit caused the waterworks to go wrong. It's that Brexit has not helped, and maybe too many politicians have taken their eye off the ball when it comes to, or the ball cock, when it comes to water. Maybe the wrong ministers were in charge. Ofwat, the water regulation. I feel there's a T that should be in there. It hasn't done its job, particularly not since Brexit. And the Financial Times said, I think, 30 years on, water privatisation looks like little more than an organised rip-off, but it didn't need to be. It could have been. It could have been rather good, and for a short period, certainly produced the goods, and certainly ensured that the water quality was going up and the price was remaining at least stable. In order to improve water quality to a standard which is acceptable around the country, now that price is almost certainly going to go up. Now, is that a result of privatisation? Not particularly, but it is a result of fat cats not doing their job. And those fat cats could, of course, have been managing a state company as easily as managing a private company. It's about the conceit of management. And that seems to be a problem that goes through the entirety of our society, the arrogance of bureaucracy. And I'm sure there'll be some people in the comment section who say that I am again getting on my hobby horse against bureaucrats. But that's, the hobby horse is there because it's needed. The hobby horse is there to lead the charge. And it's not exactly the charge of the Light Brigade. I hope it's not. It's not a pointless charge, but it is needed, and we need to call out the stupid people who manage our bureaucracy. And it's a particular type of person, I think, who simply enjoys stacking up paper. I don't enjoy it, but I know how to do it, and I think, frankly, I could do a better job than many of the water managers. But so could many of us. These managers have taken their eye off the ball, just as the government has taken its eye off the ball. I mean, for goodness sake, some of the ministers we've had to deal with water. It's absurd.